topics here. The next one's negative gearing. Is all that out the way now?
I think it's gone. As I said, it's been thrown in, it's been thrown out, it's been thrown back in, and I'm pretty comfortable now that both, on a bipartisan style from both the Labor Party and Liberal Party are not going to use this as an election topic. So investors going out here were saying, I wonder what's going to happen to negative gearing if I'm a buyer and I might not get the tax relief I hope for. There's considerable comfort in proceeding on as the laws actually currently stand. They'll continue into the future.
Now, being an accountant, I'm sure you're a real advocate of never do anything for tax. It's always a secondary rule rather than your prime reason for investing in something.
Look, absolutely. No. Look, part one...
Unless you're into ostriches or something like that.
Well, no, I'm against ostriches, base metal projects and farm projects. I'm fully against those as well. No, look, on the property side, Chris, really important. We're in property to make money in capital growth. The next part we think about is yield, and then the third part we think about is what relief can we actually receive in our taxation and our personal taxation to actually achieve both one and two parts of that. So, yeah, the tax side comes with it, but it shouldn't be the driver. You shouldn't buy properties purely to get a tax deduction.
Now, another topic is the buy, renovate and rent. What are your thoughts around that?
Look, more and more popularity. I was around the eastern suburbs on the weekend, and I noticed the amounts of renovations that are taking place on existing properties. They're not for sale, and so that pushes high and low right down to unit development. I like it because of two reasons. Number one is you get a chance to activate an immediate capital growth if you're sensible about the renovation. And number two is you don't pay stamp duty for it. So there's not a further cost in stamp duty for the betterment of the property. So done smartly, I'm in favour of it, but I also do come back to that old rule that you and I have talked about many times: be careful not to overcapitalise.
And I always think a really good tip with that is pay a valuer. You can get a valuer for $500, maybe even $1,000. Get him to value it now, get him to value it based on your plans, and see what it's worth afterwards, and then see if the cost is actually going to add value.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Let the numbers tell you about your investment decision. Yeah, don't become an accountant. It'll take too long. You may lose your personality in doing it, but no, let the numbers stack up. Remember, cost and benefit, and it's a great way to see the outcome. And again, there are so many smart renovators out there now that are adding extraordinary value to the property. So I'm actually a fan of that for the investor as much as I am for the individual.
And just because it's a renovation project doesn't mean you're going to make a profit, does it?
No, it doesn't. And as I said, again, most people think that, I'll put more money into this one. A good way to do is look at the local guides for renovated properties. Look for the local auction clearances, the actual clearances that are showing the standard. Kitchen rejuvenated, bathrooms redone, carpets and light fittings redone, and find out on square meterage with 2 bedrooms, if that's what it is. If it's with lock-up garage, if it's with a balcony, if it's with an 80 square metre property, and find out what the local market is paying for renovated properties, and that'll be another good guide.
Sounds good. Now,